Bob Osborne, St. John's, Newfoundland, and Labrador. John Degrazia, Thunder Bay, Ontario. One of these two gentlemen will be our fourth semifinalist, men's 5-pin play, and Osborne with the early advantage, a couple of marks, and Degrazia has a strike up in 2. Ooh.
Well, that was a little bit too thick to get a break on, Bob. Smile, first right corner for him.
Osborne bowled a 285 to take out Gatineau's Charles Chartrand.
Bob working away at the ball. As soon as he gets it right, he re-grips it and then goes.
So a mark in every frame so far for Bob Osborne. And now John Degrazia. You know, a little bit of a surprise. I think some people first time here, but then again, Mark Van Dale in our opening week of 5-pin play, 16th seed, never seen him before, and he's one of the 4 that's made it through.
There's so many good bowlers across the country. They, for whatever reason, they don't qualify out of their province because it is very difficult to get here. But there's lots of talent. The inside, good cover
to get the spare. Well, I can imagine. I mean, it's the similarities with regards to, you know, bowling and curling, for example. We often say, as we take a look at the board, and you can see the advantages to Bob Osborne, both players with spares in the 3rd. But in some communities, Edmonton, for example, as you very well know, I mean, you've got some curlers there, whether it be Kevin Martin or Randy Kirby or others. I mean, it's sometimes more difficult to get out of your club or your city than it is to maybe even win the national championship.
That's very true. That's very true. And a lot of the regions across this country are very much like that. I mean, you take the lower mainland of Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, the way this province
so look
is
at Winnipeg
up,
when it comes to bowling.
And Winnipeg, very, very tough competition there. Chop off for Bob. First one of the day. He's had a little bit of everything. First match he had 6 strikes, 2 corner pins, 2 head pins. Now here a strike, a left, a right. Now a chop off.
But needs to get this to keep the spare going, the count going. He just saw Degrazia put up the strike, and I don't think Degrazia is just going to go away.
No, didn't seem to faze him being under the lights that first game. If he was nervous, he hit it pretty well and performed outstanding. Bob Osborne now with an open.
So the open is a 98 for Bob Osborne, but that strike for Degrazia stands out in the 4th. Back around the head pin and strike for Osborne.
He's just about every time he hits the left-hand pocket, I think he's had a strike. Just so accurate. Center arrow, little bit of a backup. Look out. John's 3rd head pin and 1st in this game.
So the bowlers really trading it back and forth here as Degrazia makes the 15 to sit at 115. But it's just a reversal of fortune here now because Degrazia with a 2-pin lead, as you can see, through 4. His open, though, Osborne countered with the strike.
Right. At this point in the match, a little bit of an advantage to Bob Osborne because he's going to count that strike in the 5th. Push. Just a little bit left. Second miss of this game for John Degrazia. Missed to the right side in the 3rd frame, and now here misses left. Wow, second ball head pin. 2 open frames in a row now for John Degrazia.
And that was something that he avoided very well against Gene Zebarth.
Well, he avoided any long stretches of open frames. If he had an open frame, he always followed it up with a mark. He got right back in the match. Really, he had 1 open frame in the 7th, and then another open frame until the 10th in that 274 game.
So here's where the really good ones see their chances and take advantage of it. And Osborne, one of the best. 4-time Newfoundland Bowler of the Year. And he pushed it.
Trying to make sure it was on the side, right? Avoid the head pin, maybe. Pushed it a little bit too far to the left. Got to be on the inside of this. Make the spare. Good cover and a lead in the match now for Bob Osborne. Right side that time.
Well, now the pressure's on John Degrazia, isn't it?
Either pocket for Bob Osborne. He'll take this strike, obviously. Little thin going away. Bowling ball took out the right corner pin.
And this is where we didn't see any kind of falter from Degrazia. Needs to come back here. And he does.
Good way to start back. No, he's just standing up there throwing the ball. Doesn't seem to bother him at all, his opponent or the TV. Ouch.
Yeah.
Second head pin of this game. Had one back in the 5th frame after a strike, and now here in the 8th after a strike. He's just not putting marks together like we saw him in the first game.
Nicely done to get the 15. But that's 4 open frames for him in this game compared to the just 2 open frames in his preliminary win over Zebarth.
Left side.
No.
Little bit thick. That's all right. He'll take the corner pin. Perfect so far.
That 3-pin just tumbled around the corner.
Hit the head pin thick and drive it almost straight backwards. He just caught a piece of the 3-pin, and that has a tendency to slide it almost dead sideways. So well, he's been deadly accurate shooting spares today. Other than one oops in the 4th frame where he missed the chop-off spare.
And he only has 3 strikes on the board, but he's got 4 spares, right? So doing the most of what he has available.
Well, and he's kept his counts up on the spares. That's the other big thing. 28 count, 25 count, 30. Left side. Oh, string, yes.
In time. In time. As John Degrazia does the mental arithmetic, checking the board.
Bobby will take that one. Strike in the 9th frame. Gives him a possible 308. John Degrazia now with a 257 possibility.
But he needs to put something together here, just to put some pressure on. It's too close right now for Osborne to put this away.
Yeah. Well, John's having a look at the scoreboard. He knows, again, if he strikes out, he's got 257. Bob Osborne, 218 with a strike up. If he punches a head pin and counts 15, he'll have 253.
And in your opinion, I mean, we mentioned the fact that he only had the 2 opens, Degrazia, in his preliminary win, but look what he has done. What's been the biggest difference for him here, just in his game now, this one?
Just those 2 head pins, really, and it almost looked like he forced the ball. The first game we saw him, he was really loose and relaxed. Every ball, easy arm swing. Must have for John Degrazia here in the 9th frame.
And he just did it again, just overthrew it, pushed it.
Pushed it left, chop off.
Oh dear.
Now it's over.
Yep. Can't catch him. And so Bob Osborne right now with 233 in the bank. The best Degrazia can do is a 227. And so Bob Osborne will become our 4th semifinalist. Degrazia will take home $1,000, losing here in the quarters.
And a pretty good first-time appearance for John Degrazia.
But all those things we talked about that, weren't troublesome to him in game 1 just may have shown themselves here in game 2.
Well, and a little different kind of a situation because Bob Osborne put more pressure on John Degrazia
than Gene did.
Right. So.
Yep. 197 for John Degrazia. And now Bob Osborne with the potential of a 308. His house average at the Holiday Lanes in St. John's, 271. Boy, that was a beauty. That was just so light on the lane, it was like on air.
So smooth.
And
One
again.
more. Boy, he's had it all this game. He's carried thick, he's carried thin, he's carried left pocket, right pocket. Doesn't seem to matter, but when you're on a roll, that's the kind of pinfall you'll get.
Just want to bottle it and take it through to the final show. He'll close out with a head pin for a $298 total. Bob Osborne, St. John's, Newfoundland. He'll play for the big money. So now we have them, the final four. And they include Bob Osborne from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Men's 5-pin play, the Canadian Bowling Championship.